Christmas road trip. December 20th, 1974, 4 days before Christmas. A woman named Kathleen Vincent was on her way to see family one cold and snowy night. The road was covered thick with snow and ice, so Kathleen needed to be careful. It was dark and snowing heavily. Kathleen could barely see where she was going. It was about 10:30 p.m. when Kathleen had finally reached a gas station. "Oh man, I've been in that car since 7 o'clock. I need a coffee if I'm going to make this trip," Kathleen said, stepping out of her white Toyota Corolla. Kathleen walked into the dimly lit convenience store and grabbed an iced coffee, paid, and walked out. After finishing putting gas in her car, Kathleen got back on the road. She was very tired and wanted to sleep, but she kept on pushing. Minutes felt like hours. Kathleen was on the verge of falling asleep. She was passing a turn road when a pair of headlights illuminated behind her. She didn't think much of it though until one thing became apparent. Kathleen took a sharp right turn, the mystery vehicle following close behind. "What the fuck?" Kathleen muttered when she saw the car tailing her. She pulled over thinking it was a cop looking for an easy target, but when Kathleen stopped, she had made a horrible mistake. A man 6 feet in height and maybe 200 pounds rushed to the driver's side of Kathleen's car. He pulled out a knife and asked her to step out. She did so. He then grabbed her, searched her as if he were a cop, then forced her into the back seat of an old beat-up Chevrolet Silverado. Weeks after Christmas, Kathleen's family worried. A missing persons report was filed and a search for Kathleen was underway. Kathleen woke up, her hands tied to a pole. It appeared she was in a basement. The door was metal and had a huge lock. A man wearing an old flannel blue jeans and an old Orly Auto Parts hat walked into the room. "Finally, I thought you'd never wake up," said the man. Kathleen looked him up and down before replying, "Who the fuck are you and where am I?" The man tilted his head. "Don't worry, beautiful, you're in a safe place," he said. Kathleen stood and looked at her captor. "Listen, I don't think I'm the girl you want. I mean, shit, I've never even had sex," she said. "That's fine, I'll teach you," the man replied, putting on a creepy smile. "You stay the fuck away from me, you psycho," Kathleen said in an attempt to ward him off. "Don't you dare call me psycho. Now let's have fun." The man grabbed Kathleen and began dancing with her. "Let go of me, you fucking pervert," Kathleen said, trying to pull away. The man then threw Kathleen to the floor and began punching her. "I asked this what you want, you little bitch," he said before grabbing his knife. Kathleen began to fight for her life. She struggled, trying to escape the man's grasp. "Fuck you, you fucking creep," Kathleen said, sprinting towards the man. His knife fell from his hand as he hit the concrete floor. Kathleen picked the knife up, put it to his throat, and looked him in the eye. "Give me the key to that door now." The man shook in terror as he reached into his pocket. Here, I'm sorry," he said. "No, you're not," Kathleen said. Before embedding the knife into her captor's leg, she then unlocked the door and walked out. She then closed the door and locked it, placing the keys on a table. The man sat in the room crying in pain. He pulled the knife from his leg and licked off the blood. Hour later, police arrived and arrested 45-year-old Matthew Jarvis on 1 count of kidnapping and 1 count assault. At his trial, he pleaded insanity. The plea was rejected. He was found guilty. He was sentenced to 26 years in prison. He died when another inmate stabbed him to death with shank. Kathleen, however, moved on. She married her longtime love interest Kevin Gardner, and they had 2 children together.